Welcome to the Grit and Grind State Championship Recap Season Finale edition of the Grit and Grind. But before we can start today's show, the Grit and Grind and myself would like to take time to send my condolences to Miss Vicki Ripley, wife of the deceased Mr. Ken Ripley. Ken was a pillar in the media journalism of the town of Spring Hope. Ken was a pillar for print media in the newsroom and the southern community of Nash County. Ken owned and operated Spring Hope Enterprise for 43 years. During his career, he mentored several reporters and racked up an impressive 79 awards from the NC Press Association. Ken will be remembered for what he did in the town of Spring Hope as a community leader and for his contributions to the southern Nash area, for his contributions of providing news to the masses. And especially to me, Ken will be remembered for taking the chance on a guy who showed up on the front door of the Spring Hope Enterprise with no experience, no formal training, and give me a chance to cover the Southern Nash Firebirds through print media and to write weekly columns about travel throughout the state of North Carolina. Ken Ripley, you will truly be missed by myself and so many people in the Southern Nash area, and we thank you for your contributions to the Spring Hope Enterprise and what you made a difference in that market of providing great news media for us to read on a weekly basis. Daryl, it is the state championship recap season finale.
It is the finale, and this is that last show that
this is
always hard.
It's hard on Daryl,
but we got a lot to talk about, Shawn. We got rewinds and
got games to talk about for the state championship. But before we do that, Daryl, I want to say one thing.
What's that?
Before we start the show, we looked just like, and we did not stage this.
We did not do this.
Let's go. Daryl, we had a great time hanging out at the state championship.
Great time.
One night it was cold.
Did I not say it was going to be cold?
2 nights it was cold.
I told you it was going to be cold like that.
Well, the Saturday night wasn't that cold like that Thursday. That
Thursday night was something else. But we had a great time hanging out with everybody from state championship games.
All the teams that
was there.
All the coaches we know, the ADs, the people in North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Once again, thank y'all so much for what you do to make the state championship and the season just go by so smooth for people like us in media.
Definitely did. And Shawn, we had a game on Thursday night that we was at.
We had a game at 4 p.m. kickoff on Thursday, Daryl, between the WPA Tigers, who made school history by winning the first ever state championship in football in school history and being the first ever public charter school to win a football state championship. And when you think about Prep, Daryl, Prep now has just inked their name in legacy of being immortal because you think about basketball school.
You think basketball.
Three basketball championships. They got a football one now.
Now you can add that football championship to it.
Daryl, tell me about the game.
Yeah, I mean, this game started off just like we talked about that. It was going to be a hard, tough game up front. And there you see right now Nelson running to get the first down. But this game went back and forth. It was a defensive battle. The Black Knights was playing good defense, but Wilson Prep was able to move the ball on them and get the ball down the field. And like I said, this was a defensive battle.
It was.
Yep. And right again, you can see Nelson moving the ball for Wilson Prep. And if you was at this game, and if you love defense, this was the game to be at.
It was the one to be at, Daryl, because Wilson Prep and Robbinsville both played to what we expected from both schools. A lot of people from both sides of North Carolina, western side and us over here on the eastern side, were saying, if you're from the west, it was going to be a Robbinsville blowout. If you're from the east, it was going to be a Wilson Prep blowout. But both teams, Robbinsville and Wilson Prep, delivered to give you a great opening game in the state championship.
And as you can see, the MVP on the defensive side of the ball is Elite Cannon. My nephew came in and was able to get a win, and Nelson on the offensive side of the ball. But if you're Wilson Prep, this is what you wanted. It came down to the wire. It came down to a field goal kick.
Yes.
And they was able to make a field goal that they haven't done all season long.
Well, they've been practicing in practice. But, you know, I told Coach Field, I said, Coach Field, calling that field goal for somebody who's been doing it in practice and doing it first field goal ever in the tip of the season in a state championship game to win the game. Man, that's just a great call right there by the coach.
That's a great call. And we also had a chance to interview the coach in this game.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did, and you can see Wilson Prep right there is
Yes.
celebrating with their banner. They will be hanging up in their gym beside those 3 basketball championships. Coach Askin and the basketball team, Wilson Prep,
Yeah.
move over.
Move
Coach
over.
Field has bringing
Yeah.
a football banner to that stadium.
He said 4 years. He said give him 4 years.
And he delivered.
He delivered.
Well, let's go hear from the winning coach. As you know, at the state championship, we tried to go get the winning coach and talk with him. Last year, we had the honor of interviewing Coach Craddock and what it meant to win a 9th state championship for Tarboro. This year, we had the honor to go interview Coach Phil Dixon and what it means to win a state championship for the first time in Wilson Prep Academy history. Welcome back to the Grit and Grind. And Daryl, we have the honor and pleasure to talk to the head coach of Wilson Preparatory Academy and 1A reigning and defending state champion, Wilson Prep Tigers, Coach Phil Diggins. Coach Diggins, welcome back to the Grit and Grind. And you said after this game, you wanted to be talking to the Grit and Grind.
Hey, could you go back and repeat what you said? You know, when you were introducing me about the 1A defending. Oh, no. Hey,
The
man.
1A reigning and defending North Carolina High School Athletic Association football champs, the Wilson Preparatory Academy Tigers.
Hey, man, I love it. I love it, man. It's a pleasure, truly a pleasure to be here with you guys this evening.
Coach, we were talking offline before we got started. Just a great season. Let's recap and talk about this run that you had to bring the first state championship back to Wilson County over 54 years, I believe.
56.
56 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Long time, man. You know, as we talked earlier, when we talked, I think week before last, it was just a crazy time, man. Starting out the season 1-5, a lot of people counted us out. The biggest thing, you know, was just keeping the kids believing. You know, we started to win a little bit. They saw that what I was telling them. You know, we survived the tough times. The speed of the game would change. Everybody bought in, and you know, man, now we're here talking about 1A defending state champions.
And coach, as far as after winning the championship, how has it been these last several days as far as getting back to Wilson County, being around the community? How's everything been for you?
Well, you know, man, it's been like a movie, to be honest with you. I could only have dreamed about this. We've gotten a lot of love. Still have a bunch of people, you know, you're going to always have your haters. Got people still calling us a private school, which I think is crazy. But overall, man, it's just been great, you know, to bring championship back to Wilson and also to give Wilson Prep its first state championship in football with many more to come. So it has truly been an honor, man. And, you know, I still keep giving God all the praise because he has made it happen, man. And, you know, we was able to give these seniors something that's truly a blessing.
And final question, as far as what you got coming back next year, I know, you want to celebrate now, but looking ahead, what you see you got coming back next year to possibly get right back to the national championship or state championship again?
Well, it starts with this young man you may know a little bit, just a little bit. Man,
I know a little bit about it.
Look, when we lost a key kid, I'm not going to say the kid's name, but he was key to what we were doing. And I told people long before the season started, when we found out he was gone, I said, man, I got a freshman coming that we will not miss him. I promise y'all. And man, that kid came in, bought in, crazy motor. He was our leader this year. Imagine what it's going to be next year. Get him in the weight room. I plan to get him on the Vertimax and try to get him to as many camps as I can to get him exposure. But he will be our leader. Him and Taquan Whitaker, who's dynamic. Malachi Perry. And Keenan Howell, which was a freshman also. That's a grown man on that line. Cam Best. We have some great pieces returning, man. That we played 5 freshmen that got significant minutes. That's going to be big for us. And no telling what the Lord is going to drag up to 2755 Tillman Road. So, you know, we're excited.
Well, Coach, congratulations again on winning the 1A state championship. Thank you for coming on the Grit and Grind. And, you our last interview for the season. So we glad to end it this way with you on the show. You said you're going to come back. Yeah,
Hey,
you
man, I
are.
told you, man. But it is an honor. I love what you guys are doing for local sports. It's dynamic. You know, when I retire, I'm gonna join your show.
Yeah,
It'll
come
be all
on.
three of us.
Yeah, come on,
But
come on.
it has truly been a blessing, man. And you know, I think Mr. Daryl Woodard and the board of directors at Wilson Prep for selecting me 4 years ago. I was blessed enough to deliver on the promise that I made them. We had a 5-year plan. We beat it in a year, and the goal is to go back to back. We're already planning for next season. I'm bringing my son Isaiah Dickens in. He'll help on that defensive side. You know, he played at Virginia Union, was big for them for 3 or 4 years. He's gonna up our coaching staff to tremendously. But Coach West, my D coordinator, we're already planning, man. We're already
Already playing.
working, already
That's all
planning. That's
right.
what the great ones do.
That's it. That's it. Well, thank you again for coming on the Grit and Grind, Coach, and congratulations.
All right, thank you, man. Look forward to talking to you guys in the future.
All right, thank you.
All right, be blessed.
That was good to hear from our good
Yeah.
friend Coach Phil Dickens. He did say that
Yeah.
he's been waiting all season for this interview.
That's what he said.
He said it's something special to be able to come and talk to the Grit and Grind.
Yeah.
Either at the conclusion of a game
Yep, definitely.
or after everything has finished and you get to come and have that conversation
And this
with
is
us.
the best time
Yes.
you want to come, winning a state championship, being able to come back on the Grit and Grind, because he said he was going to come back.
He said he was gonna come
That's what
back.
he told us a couple weeks ago.
He
and
told
he
us
came back.
he said he wanted this interview.
Yeah, he wanted the interview, and we was glad for him to be on the show again,
And
Shawn.
Daryl, you know what? That resume of coaches that want to come up here when they pretty much hang up the whistle.
Yeah,
and
it's
retire,
getting long.
It's getting long. We
It's
got
getting
about
long.
5 already today. Now,
Hey,
want to come. Do 5, hey, Coach Phil, you got invitations like we told the other 5. Anytime you want to come on, please let us know. Daryl, we also had another game right there in two-way football.
Yep.
You know we could
I'm
not do a rewind.
I'm not even saying nothing
We
on this
could
game.
do a rewind.
I'm just going to let you celebrate this.
10.
Let me just sit back.
The perfect 10. Tarboro was able to go to Lenore Rainey and bring home a 10th championship to the town of Tarboro. And as we always say, Daryl,
Yeah.
it is now becoming a tradition for Tarboro to get to a state championship and to win one.
Yeah.
And they're showing how. One thing I like about Tarboro and what Coach Craddock is doing,
Yeah.
congratulations, Coach Craddock, for winning number 9 or this is number 9 for him
Right.
on his resume. But Tarboro is showing how you build a program
Yes,
from the ground up, and guess
from
what?
the ground up.
You work it all the way through the system that when you get here, you get the final reward, bringing
And that's
that
it.
back home to your town. Tarboro, game at halftime was 0-0.
Right.
But Cameron McDowell Moore, the senior for Tarboro, just opened up those lanes. He ran on that offside tackle and was able to get those first down and get
Yeah.
touchdowns for Tarboro to win 22-0. Shout out to Town of Tarboro. Shout out to Coach Craddock for getting number 9 on his resume,
Yeah.
number 10 on Tarboro. They're going to be changing their billboard again on 64 that
Yeah.
says 10 state championships
10 state.
over the Vikings.
When you walk through, what do you do?
Holla, you see Holiday, we cut the light on for you because the intimidation factor kicks in. But shout out to Tarboro and what they're doing over there. To all our friends that we talk to in the Tarboro area, I can't name every one of y'all, but you know who you are. We talk to you on Instagram, NC Prep Rivals. Congratulations to all of y'all because everybody that's invested in that program is the reason why this program is still building and making a legacy. And to go to a state championship so many times.
Yeah.
And to win 10.
That says a lot.
That says a
That's a
lot.
lot.
And we
And
can
they
say-
beat a good Murphy team. at
They
that.
did, a
Yeah.
good Murphy
A good
team,
Murphy
and
team.
it's time to go ahead. If you have not put Coach Craddock on the Mount Rushmore of the greatest of all time high school coaches in the state of
Hey.
North Carolina, it's time to go ahead and put him up there because he has truly
he definitely
submitted
has
his
proven
legacy
that.
as one of the greatest of all time high school coaches in high
Yep.
school football. Daryl, our next game.
Yeah.
Got a little 8A football on a Thursday night.
On
where
Thursday
after the
night.
Millbrook game, we kind of got quiet. The sun went down, and we got cold out there. But a great game between Huff and Millbrook, Daryl. Millbrook came back unsuccessful, but you look
Right.
at the season they had.
And I mean, that's what I'm
That's what you gotta
saying.
look
You
at.
looking at the season up until this game, they was undefeated.
Yes.
Played a good season. Again, we saw them up close and personal
did.
against Roseville. But in this game right here, you know, Huff was able to move the ball and get the ball in the end zone. And unfortunately, Millbrook wasn't able to stop the run that particular night. But Millbrook had a great season.
They did.
And
Coach Marshall got a lot of kids coming
that's what I'm
back
gonna
next
say.
year.
He's got a lot of kids coming back, and it's like when you taste that championship environment.
You been there. You
You've
got
been there. Now you want to get back, and he's in position to where he got kids that he can get back to this game again. And so Millbrook had a great season. Congratulations to Huff winning another state championship.
Yes.
And taking care of business and doing what you're supposed to do in that state championship. And that's what they was able to do, is get a win.
And this was Millbrook's first time appearing in the state championship, but as I say, this will not be their last.
Right.
Coach Marshall has a great group of kids over there ready to play football, ready to play Wildcat football again next season. And I would not be shocked if Millbrook somewhere back around that state championship talk or that Eastern Regional round game, that talk of being able to play for a state championship. But shout out to Huff Huskies for winning this game. And I believe they brought home a banner to take back to their stadium. If you look at Huff.
Yeah, they definitely did. So.
Now, Daryl, our next game will be no other than the Huff High School Battles right there. The
Congratulations to Huff.
And right, they're taking it back to Charlotte. And we got a chance to talk to Huff's coach after the game.
Yep.
Great time talking with him and learning more about their program. And you may be hearing more about Huff on the Grit and Grind because we expand a little bit farther west come 2026. But we can't tell you all the details.
We got a lot of stuff in the works.
That's in the works right now. You know, we
got some big things.
We pulling the curtain back right now.
Yeah.
Pulling the curtain back, letting you on the inside. But we plan on spending a little bit west. Now, Daryl, our next game was on Saturday night. The Saturday night nightcap. It was the 5A game.
Yeah.
It was the Warriors of Hunt coming as one of the hottest teams in the East, playing Crest, who's coming out of Cleveland County, out of Shelby. Like we said about Millbrook, Hunt started so hot.
Yeah, they did.
Things just kind of didn't go the way. Chris had a lot of big plays that changed up. But if you Hunt, you had a great season.
You guys had a great season. And just like when we spoke to Coach Jackson, he's got a lot of these guys coming back next year.
Can I say what he said?
What's that?
He said, we will be back next year. We had predicted to be here
Yeah,
next year.
that's it.
And we struck lightning early and got it this year.
And just like you see there, you know, a block punt.
That Hunt defense.
That Hunt defense. And on that defensive side of the ball, you got a lot of good players that's coming back for you.
Bull.
You got Harris, Warren, Cooper, Dickerson,
CJ
Bynum, James, Thomas. All
Jude
of those
Alden.
guys are coming back next year for the Warriors. So if you're a Warrior fan, you got a lot to look forward to.
You in good company
You
right
in good
now.
company. Yeah, definitely in good company. But shout out to Crest. Crest did what they had to do to win this game, and they took care of business and was able to get the win, made big-time plays when they needed to, and shout out to Crest. But Hunt's defense, like you said, is the core of that team right now.
It is, and if you're Hunt right now, you get a chance to come back. You, like you said about Millbrook, you got there, you tasted it. You struck lightning early because it was predicted for you to get there next season, 2026.
Right.
You got there in 2025. And I'm going to say this about the Hunt Warriors. Going into the second quarter, you were up in this game.
Yeah, you was up.
And this is a good team. This is a very good team.
Right there,
This man's right there doing what he did.
Right there.
He cut the game from 21-7 to 14-21.
Right. And so opportunities is there for Hunt.
It is.
You got, like, again, we can't stop talking because next season you got a lot of these guys coming back for you.
You got a good squad.
And if you're Coach Juan, you're excited.
You're excited.
You're excited about that.
Hunt was unable to come back unsuccessful, but Hunt is definitely a team that come next year in 5A, they're going to be a force.
They're going to be definitely a force.
But we also got a picture, thanks to the North Carolina High School Athletic Association, of the 5A champs, Crest, taking a banner back to their high school.
Yep. Congratulations to Crest.
Congratulations to Crest, taking that back to Shelby. Now, Daryl, we move over to the 3A game, and you said it best. We said it best. If you like offense,
we said it.
You should have had your ticket at 4 o'clock and been in there.
We said this game was going to be that game.
The greatest show on turf was at 4 o'clock.
And this game went back and forth.
It did.
And with Kinston, Shelby, and we said if you like offense, this will be the game that you want to watch.
They put up 84 points. I'm not going to say that. I was saying this while I was watching the game. Can they get to 100?
Hey, it was getting there.
First thing you get to 100, I said we're going to win.
Yep.
Shelby was able to win this game, but if you're Shelby, you get to take a championship banner back to Cleveland County, back to the city of Shelby, back to Shelby High School, the Golden Lions. Good program for the Golden Lions over there.
Program.
But if you're the Kinston Vikings,
You
made some history this year.
That's what I was going to say. You made history. You made it to the state championship.
You may didn't bring it home.
Right.
But you got your name in a lot of record books in North Carolina.
Yeah, definitely. And Kinston is another good team that can possibly get right back to it again.
They beat good teams to get there. Beat a very good James Keenan team. Beat them. They beat good teams to get there, and Kinston is looking good. They got a good wide receiver that's heading off to college, but they got another core wide receivers coming in with that quarterback combo. We will definitely be coming and checking Kinston out next year, because I got a call from the people to see the Kinston. You know, I know people work down to see the Kinston.
Oh, yeah.
They say it's time for the grit and grind to come down to K-Town.
Well, that's what I heard. That's the rumors. That's the rumors I've been hearing that.
We got to come down there.
Grit and grind to come to Kinston.
We're going to get down to
We're going to try to make that happen next year.
We're going to make that big for y'all. Now, Daryl, our 4A game was Reedsville versus Brevard. Reedsville able to go back and win another state championship. And if you are Reedsville Rams, this is number 25 for your school.
Woo!
This is a school right here built on heritage, built on lineage. They're just like Tarboro. They are a dynasty school that when they start winning and they get the right core kids, they are able to go on. But if you're Brevard, you got there.
You got there.
You've been trying to get there all these years. And Reedsville has been the Achilles heel. Yeah. But you got there.
And you got there. And that's all you want to do at this point. Get there again, get a taste of that state championship vibe, what that means. Now that you know the process, give yourself an opportunity next year. Yeah. So shout out to Reedsville for winning another. You said 25?
That is 25 in school.
25. Congratulations, Reedsville.
That is big right there. Oh. Now our 618 Watauga in Middle Creek, Daryl. Watauga Pioneers, they said this game right here could be a shootout like the Shelby Kinston game, or it could have been a defensive game, but Watauga was able to beat Middle Creek 47-25. Yeah. Bring a state championship back to their school. Yeah,
back to their school.
And they've been itching for one for a while. And this is one of those teams that's been around. They just couldn't get to that game.
And they was able to get this win, a big-time win, because you're playing a good Middle Creek team at the time, and
they beat the Northern Nash and the Jacksonville team on the road
to get to this point. So
and Middle Creek, we come to see you this year.
Come to see you.
2026. We come to see you, Middle Creek. Get ready. Now, Daryl, the Friday night nightcap game, no other than the Grimsley Whirlies versus the Clayton Comets. Comets.
Yeah.
If you Clayton, everything went the right way. You just could not stop that Grimsley offense. We seen this offense live in person in the Roseville game at last year's state championship. Grimsley was just able to get on top of Clayton. And Clayton stayed in the game.
Yep, stayed in the game.
Grimsley pulled away.
And again, Grimsley taking care of business, back-to-back championships. And if you're Grimsley, that's what you want to do.
Right.
And if you're Clayton, again,
you got there.
You got there.
You got past that Carter Givens hump. You got past that Cleveland hump.
You got past that Southeast Raleigh
hump. Yes, that Southeast Raleigh hump. That team that beat you early in the season.
Right.
You got past that to get there. And if you Coach Chadwick and you Dr. Bennett Jones, defensive coordinator over there at Clayton, you are saying we can get back here.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
We can get back here, and now that we play Grimsley, if we got to play Grimsley again, we got a formula. We can work on this all season to get ready for this game.
That's it.
Clayton is a team that, once again, keep on the lookout for them next season. The Comets will be back. And we'll be back down in Clayton to hang out with the Comets. Well, Daryl, that is all the recap of all the games 1 through 8A right here in the state championship that we truly enjoyed. The ones that we went to and the ones that we were able to watch, we truly enjoyed it. We're going to hop into a commercial break, and then we'll be back to do the grand finale. Right.
We're watching the Green Grind on Studio 67. Go Warriors!
Discover your purpose in science. Determined to help others heal. Ignite your purpose through culinary creativity. Fuel your purpose in technology and innovation. Your purpose starts here at Nash. Visit nashcc.edu.
Welcome back to the Grit and Grind. As we say, it's the season finale.
This
of the
is
Grit
it.
And Grind right here.
I always get a little emotional about this.
This is
this is it right here.
This is our senior part of the show. And Daryl, You know, when we think about this season right here, we could not do without the great seniors on the football team, the great seniors on the band, the great seniors in the ROTC program that put the colors up before the game, the great seniors that sit on the cheerleading squad that do our promo commercials. We just thank all of them,
thank
Daryl.
everybody.
And I mean, they just do so much to help the grit and grind, and they lead the way so that these freshmen, sophomore, and juniors lead something in them so they can continue the legacy of the football program, the cheerleading program, the band program, the ROTC program at their respective schools. But Daryl, I cannot leave without you giving the seniors who are the partners from the grit and grind in the 2025 season a little motivational speech to get them prepared as they head on to their next journey in phase of life.
And it's what we always talk about, Shawn. Football is about life experiences, and you're going to have your ups and you're going to have your downs, but you can't give up. You got to get right back up and get back in the game. And so for all these seniors that's going to be graduating this year, you're going to go off to school, college, work, military, but you're going to do something in your life, and you use these experiences that you had on that football field to, get you down the road, get you around the way. And so congratulations to all these seniors for a great season for playing high school football, because there's nothing like high school football.
No, it's nothing like it.
It's nothing like it, and we enjoy it, and we just thank y'all for allowing us just to be a small part of this journey that y'all are going through.
And Daryl, we cannot leave without telling the referees, the coaches, and the ADs, thank you. And then also all the teams that this year chose to partner with the grit and grind. And Daryl, I think you got a list.
I got a list.
I got to keep it tight.
I got to give the original 5 that we started with.
Who were they?
When we started this show, we had 5 helmets.
That was it.
That was J.F. Webb, Lewisburg, Southern Nash, Northern Nash, and Rocky Mountain.
That was it.
Nash Central. Now, we got to thank everybody that came aboard this year. And I think that was 17 helmets.
17 for this year.
Teams that joined us: Southeast Raleigh, CB Acock, Sanderson, Broughton, Princeton, Knightdale, Panther Creek, Farmville Central, Green Central, Millbrook, Cleveland, Enlow, Northwest Halifax, Faith Christian, South Granville, West Charlotte, and Wilson Prep.
And shout out to all the schools that joined us last year, all the Edgecombe, Wilson County schools that came part of Grit and Grind. We really thank y'all also too. Daryl, these schools right here, and we want to the administrative staff, the school staff, the administrative county staff, the Board of Education members from Nash, Wilson, Wayne, Cumberland, Hope, Mecklenburg, Wake, Edgecombe, Granville, Warren, Johnson, Halifax, Vance, Green, Pitt County, and to the board of directors from Wilson Prep, since they are a public charter school. Just thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
For choosing to work with us.
Work with us.
Because without y'all, there's no grit and grind.
There's no grit and grind. Thank you to coaches that came on the show.
Yes.
For interviews, players that came on. Mrs. Q.
Yes, they
came on earlier this season, and we'll have her back our show next season.
And shout out to all our guest pickers, Ty Faulkner, Podcast Smitty, all the people who came on to be guest pickers, Coach Mo from Derek Mildred, who came on to be guest pickers for the Grit and Grind. We want to thank y'all. And Daryl, we cannot forget to thank the schools who allow us to give away a trophy to the winner of their games for the Battle of the Reds, Hope County and 71st, the Nash County Grit and Grind Championship. And any other school that want to partner with the Grit and Grind and say, hey, we got a rival game, we want you to donate a trophy, hey, let us know. We'll be glad to do that for your school, because that's what the Green Ground is all about.
And don't forget that Battle of I-85.
Battle of I-85, that's the big one right now. Oh, man, I forgot that one. They're going to revive it. They're going to revive it. And also there, like you said, shout out to Ms. Q and the entire staff at the North Carolina Association of High School Sports. Thank you for everything you do and for what you allow the Grit and Grind to do every Friday night. The lights are turned on. Daryl, we cannot leave this show on the season finale without thanking all the friends and fans that we have met on the journey. If we try to name all of them, we will forget somebody. So all the people from NC Prep rivals that we talk with. When Daryl picks against those Vikings of Tarboro that you know he going to do every week. Thank y'all for being with us, watching the show, giving us insight on Tarboro football, spreading the chatter. Thank you to all the supporters for all the other places we go to watch and talk football with. We also appreciate all the news medias that we get to collaborate with. News Sports, thank y'all for the clips you send us. Shout out to Bucksweek Sports, thank you for what you do over there on Saturdays when we are to work with you. Everybody in between, the Wilson Times, Team FYN Sports over in Robbinsville. We got something coming with them next season. Also the Carolina Preps, all of them. We want to thank the Wilson Times, the photographers we met, Daryl. We can't name them all because we do, we'll forget them, but they're just like us. We tell the story of high school football through media and talking, they tell it through their opinions. So shout out to all them. And then shout out to the high school OT for what they do for high school football and for what they're doing for Tell the Story on Friday night. And then Daryl, we can't leave without one last thing.
What's that?
Thank you to the amazing staff and crew at Studio 67 NCC.
Thank y'all for a great season.
A great season, another season under the belt. We could not do it. Yes, this looks hard, but they do all the hard work behind the scenes, everything they do. To our producers, to the students who come in and volunteer their time to work on the grit and grind. Thank y'all, because this is the best broadcasting production. It's major in the state of North Carolina. So if you are thinking about going in broadcast production, going in intermediate production, I encourage you to stop by Nash Community College and talk to one of the good people in the admission office, and they will put you on the right career and on the right way in your broadcasting production career. And Daryl, as we close out the season,
this is the hard part.
This is the hard part for it right here. We get to the last part of it, Daryl, as we close the season out. I only got one last thing to say before we close out.
What's that?
To all the people watching, if you do not see your help,
you don't see it
on this show.
Hey, we got 17 this year.
If you don't see it, and you want to be like the OGs and the ones from last season who donated, and the 17 new people who donated, all you have to do is reach out to Grit and Grind Podcast NC, because the season has ended, so you get ready to go clean out that closet with all that inventory. Find one of those discard helmets and say, you know what? I want to send that to the Grit and Grind. Reach out to us, and me and Daryl will find a way to meet you at your high school or a central location to pick the helmet up. If we can't do central location, you want to mail it, guess what? We'll pay the shipping cost.
There you go.
Whatever we got to do to make you be part of the 41 teams that have already partnership with the Grit and Grind. Because as we say every week, Daryl, the Grit and Grind is live from coast to coast, live from post to post, from Murphy to Manio. The Grit and Grind will cover you, Daryl. Well, Daryl? It's time to cut the lights off.
Hey, the party's over.
Yes, sir. Party's over. Time to cut the lights off. The production team back there telling us it's time to wrap it up. They have cut the lights off officially on Friday night, on this Friday night lights at the football field. So as they cut their lights off on Friday night, we cut ours off the week after. We just want to thank everybody for what you have done this season for the Grit and Grind. To all the coaches, everybody, thank y'all so much. And Daryl, we cannot leave without telling everybody happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah,
Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year,
Happy New Year.
Feliz Navidad. Just thank you so much. And Daryl, there's only one last question to ask.
What's that?
Do you have the grit?
And do you have the grind?
And when they turn the lights on in 2026, the Grit and Grind will be back.